Back in the lineup for the Padres tonight is Freddie Galvis, their slick fielding shortstop. Last 7 games has been hitting extremely well. .333, 4 homers and 8 runs batted in for Freddie Galvis. On the other side, Paul Goldschmidt always leading the way for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Last 7, .433, 4 doubles, 3 homers and 5 runs batted in. Fans making their way in on this special night, special weekend. Trevor Hoffman weekend here. It begins tonight. Game 1 of a 4-game series between the Arizona Diamondbacks and the San Diego Padres. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo along with Mark Grant. Welcome to Padres baseball. Well, last time out for Jacob Nix, his major league debut. He was impressive against a good Philadelphia Phillies team. He'll be tested again tonight in his second start against another good lineup in the Diamondbacks.
Jacob Nix is not scared off. And what I mean by that, he's not afraid to utilize his fastball. He's not going to throw it 98, 99. He's around 92, 93, but he will hit all parts of the strike zone. Up and away, up and in, down and in with the freeze fastball. Pretty straight fastball, but the secondary stuff as well. Major league debut against the Phillies, working in his secondary stuff as well. The changeup almost acts as a screwball, a lot of swings and misses. So when you go down, 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 he'll go up in the zone, and then he's got a little wrinkle as well. But the changeup, Don, is the one pitch I really want to key on tonight. I think that's his best secondary pitch right now.
Well, look at the Arizona Diamondbacks lineup. Has David Peralta back in there. He's fared well against the Padres over the years. Had a very good year this year, and especially this month.
August heating up. David Peralta heating up as well. And when you look at this hitter, he's always a burr in the saddle against the San Diego Padres. And in the month of August, this is National League rankings. First in slugging percentage, coming through big time with some hits. And he and a bunch of the other Diamondback hitters really have to stay hot in order for them to keep pace in the NL West. He's batting third. So when you have a guy like Peralta, as hot as he is, you want him up in that first inning. And right now, he is really, really hot for Toy Lavello and the Snakes.
Coming up, we will hear from Jacob Nix about his major league debut. He will charm the Snakes. Bob Scanlon joins us next from Petco Park. and by Cadillac. Visit your San Diego Cadillac dealers today. It's the Padres and the Diamondbacks, game one of a 4-game series. Before we get it started, let's send it down to field level and Bob Scanlon.
Thank you, Don. Jacob Nix making his second major league start, and the first one, the debut, went pretty darn good, as a matter of fact. 6 innings, no runs. Now, oftentimes guys will have some butterflies, but was there a moment when he knew everything was going to go okay? We asked Jacob that question. Here's what he had to say.
When I didn't throw the first pitch off the top of the net, yeah.
So you got out of the way early?
Yeah, I was like, all right, we're going to be good. We're going to be fine here. Everything's fine. I mean, there's always going to be nerves. Even in the minor leagues, like I had nerves. That my first inning is always like, I'm almost like a little bit too ramped up, and I kind of got to bring myself down a little bit. But yeah, you know, I think just knowing, you know, you got that first one under your belt and you're on to the next one, like, it'll definitely help calm me down.
Well, he seemed plenty calm in the debut. He should be fine. And remember, he had a bases-loaded situation in the first inning of his first outing, and he got through it. No doubt that there's ice water in this young man's veins. Well, the Padres are going to try to play spoiler tonight against the Diamondbacks. As we mentioned, it will be Clay Buchholz going up against Jacob Nix. Padres, Friars, first pitch coming up next right here on Fox Sports San Diego.
Big league debut.
He's got confidence in that pitch.
Well-placed fastball, and they got it. Put it in the books.
Well, the first one was pretty good, hoping for the second one to be the same as they take the field tonight, led by their new starter, Jacob Nix, getting his second big league start as he heads to the hill. It's a beautiful night tonight in San Diego, and it's time now for our weather report, brought to you by your always sunny San Diego Honda dealers. 74 degrees, southwest breeze at 8 miles per hour, partly cloudy the forecast for the remainder of the night. Very few clouds above the stadium as we get it started tonight at Petco Park. Don Orsillo, Mark Grant, Bob Scanlon with you for game one of this 4-game series. And it's time now to check out the lineup for Torey Lovullo's Arizona Diamondbacks. Former Padre John Jay going to lead it off in right field with A.J. Pollock batting second and center. David Peralta in left in the 3 spot. Paul Goldschmidt at first base with Eduardo Escobar at third. Ketel Marte at second with Nick Ahmed at shortstop. Alex Avila, the veteran catcher, bats eighth. And Clay Buchholz, the pitcher, out of the 9th spot. And on the mound for his second go around in the big leagues is Jacob Nix for the Padres.
I think one factor is having back-to-back starts here at Petco Park, right? The debut against the Phils, now here against the Diamondbacks. 22-year-old making his second start. Fastball, changeup, curveball. 91 to 94, and there you see the usage of those pitches from right-hander Jacob Nix.
First pitch of the ball game to John Jay is going to miss for ball one, and we are underway. Comes in hitting at 241 into tonight's action. 3 homers, 37 runs batted in. Ball and a strike. Strike 2.
Nice hammer.
Down the line in left, and that's going to get in. A fair ball. Over the plate is Jankowski pretty quickly. John Jay as quickly to second base with a stand-up double to get it started here in the first inning.
Well, the fastballs that he has thrown John Jay early on have been away, and that was just elevated up and away. You see how short and quick that John Jay is choked up on that back and just spanking that ball, playing pepper with that left field line. I thought he had him maybe set up for that fastball in to try to tie him up. And just like that, the Snakes have a runner in scoring position.
Here is A.J. Pollock batting out of the 2 spot. 284, 15 homers, and 46 runs batted in. Pretty good Arizona lineup that Jacob Nix will deal with here tonight. Game 1 of the series. I imagine this first inning very important.
Very important, and he said it himself. You know, minor leagues, big leagues debut. You get past that first inning, and you get settled in. I've always thought the first out, the first inning, then you kind of get settled in.
He's going to have to work his way around a double here in the first inning tonight.
You know, you can tell a lot from a kid the way he answers questions in an interview. And when you listen to Jacob Nix, this kid's got it together. I think he's got it together between the ears as well. We know he's talented. He's got the good stuff, the good repertoire.
With 6 innings, 4 hits, scoreless. And 4 strikeouts, 2 walks in that first outing against Philadelphia. Didn't get a call there.
Got squeezed. Talking about how Jacob Nix is not a guy that just pitches on one plane, right? Goes up, down, in and out. In that one, he got squeezed on. That was a really good pitch. Swings the count rather than 1-2, now 2-1.
In the dirt, and it's now 3-1, falling behind A.J. Pollock with David Peralta waiting on deck. Leadoff double by John Jay down the left field line. The fast start here for the D-backs, trying to jump on top. The Padres coming off a sweeping by the Los Angeles Angels. Came in here and interleague play and took 3 games from the Padres. That is ball 4, and down to first base goes Pollock. So the first 2 Diamondbacks have reached here in the first inning.
Take a look at the defense behind Jacob Nix. It's brought to you by the San Diego County Ford dealers. Corey Spangenberg, 6th straight start at second base. To his left at first base will be Eric Hosmer. To his right at shortstop, everyday Freddie Galvis. Christian Villanueva is at the hot corner in the outfield. Left to right, Jankowski, Margot, and Reyes. Behind the plate, Austin Hedges.
2 on, nobody out, and David Peralta coming up. .299 to start the day for Peralta. 21 home runs, 61 runs batted in. It's a start in left field for the D-backs. This will be an interesting test here for Jacob Nix. With 2 on, nobody out, getting into the middle of this Diamondbacks order. You got Peralta now, and of course Paul Goldschmidt waiting on deck.
And not finding the release point on that fastball to locate. He's missing off the plate. He did get squeezed a pitch, but still hasn't found that release point yet with that fastball. He's tried to mix in a couple breaking balls. There's the changeup, and I was just about to mention, sometimes when a pitcher's struggling with that fastball location, he might flip up a breaking ball, get that release point. He chose to go the changeup right there. You see him just pushing it, elbow dropping, working underneath it, hence the pitch up and away to Peralta.
The one we saw in that first outing was like white bottom. That thing dropped off the table.
Electric.
One of the feel for it so far here tonight. Only behind 3-0. Jay at second, Pollock at first with nobody out in the first inning. Peralta swinging 3-0. Hits a fly ball to deep center. Margot back on the track at the wall. He leaps and that ball is gone. A 3-run home run for Peralta, swinging 3-0. Had the green light and puts the Diamondbacks on top 3-0. Straightaway center field. One of the batter's eye out there, and for Peralta, his 22nd home run of the year and the fast start for the Diamondbacks.
Well, with the fastball, he was out of the zone, couldn't find it. We talked about pitchers being wild in the zone, 3-0. Wow, 93 right down the middle. And why not give him the green light? A hitter as hot as Peralta, runners on.
That would have been 6 straight balls before the home run for David Peralta. Puts the Diamondbacks on top 3-0 tonight. And we'll see how Nix reacts here. This is with the 0-1, and it's 1-1. So Clay Buchholz with a 3-0 advantage tonight for the Diamondbacks before he has even taken the hill. Paul Goldschmidt at 285, 27 home runs and 65 runs batted in. Pretty close pitch, framed there by Hedges. Right back at him, up the middle into center field. Base hit for Goldschmidt.
Paul Goldschmidt has now reached base safely in 22 consecutive games with that hot smash. And he is so short, quick, and I've said it all along. We you know, the Diamondbacks are in the division. We get to see this team quite a bit. We get to see at least 4 at-bats for Goldschmidt. You can pitch to him, you sure can. But foul pole to foul pole, and he's always been one of those guys, Don, that he's got triple crown potential. He can hit for average, the home runs are there, and also the IBIs are there for Paul Goldschmidt.
Ballsy out there trying to calm Nix down. Double, walk, a 3-run home run by David Peralta, and now a ringing single to center field for Goldschmidt. We're talking about Paul Goldschmidt's rank since coming into the league, 2nd in home runs. Of course, he broke in 2012, 666 RBIs. That's first in runs, 2nd in OPS. Padres infield a double play depth as the breaking ball in there for strike 1. Eduardo Escobar batting here with the Padres double play depth, and Escobar coming over from the Minnesota Twins. 274, 17 homers, 74 runs batted in. They'll foul it back, and it's 0-2. Pitches so far here for Nix in the first inning, does not have an out yet. On the ground, down the third baseline, softly hit, and an infield hit for Escobar. Nothing that Christian Villanueva could do with that, just pick it up. Let's take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego County Honda dealers.
Well, Jacob Nix trying to find that release point, hold the Diamondbacks at 3. Let's go to Buchholz, though. Buchholz's trend, 4-1, 2.2 ERAs last 6 starts. He's tough. And limit the homers for the Diamondbacks. Why? Because when they at least hit 1 home run in a game, they're 48-21.
Looks like Austin Hedges got something in his eye, perhaps, as Will Simon, the trainer, out there to check on him. Says he's okay. Talks it over with Sean Barber, tonight's home plate umpire. Runners at first and second, 3 runs in for Arizona. And here is Ketel Marte. Marte, who's seen time at shortstop, getting the start at second base. Nick Ahmed back at short for the D-backs, and there's strike 1. Fastball at 92. Buchholz getting ready. He's already got a 3-0 lead. In the air to right field, playable for Reyes, has room and makes a catch out there. Tagging at second base is Goldschmidt. He will get to third, sliding in easily. With now 1 down in the inning, it's first and third for the Diamondbacks. So the first out recorded here for Nix. Took 23 pitches to get that first out, but he's got it.
You know, speaking from experience, when you are given 3 runs, you're on the road, you're the starter, and you haven't taken the hill yet, there comes a point where it's like, guys, okay, 3's good. I want to get out there, get that first inning underneath my belt. I mean, you want to get as many as you can, but still, you get antsy, you get anxious. You want to get out there.
Nick Ahmed will foul it off to the right, out of play. Up into the upper deck, off to the right. The Diamondbacks swept a 3-game series the last time these two teams met at the end of July. Arizona leads the season series, having won 7 of 10 games against the Padres. Coming in here with a 1.5 lead over the Colorado Rockies atop the National League West.
Boy, to try to find that fastball release point, he's tried the changeup and the curveball and haven't been able to land any of those yet quite effectively. And when he's throwing the fastball for a strike, it seems like it's been like right down the middle.
Look out. Up and in, and almost ducked into that. Well, the breakdown so far has been an even split, 13 balls, 13 strikes. Of the 26 pitches he has thrown to this point.
Yeah, and the legitimate strikes that he has thrown, the Diamondbacks have capitalized on that, done some damage.
Next spending time in Double-A San Antonio, Triple-A El Paso this year. That's a strike, and it's 2-2. 3-3 with a nifty 1.84 earned run average in 10 starts between the two locations.
Well, nothing that a ground ball double play won't cure. With 1 out here, Ahmed is grounded into 11. He leads the Diamondbacks in that category.
Bounces in, and Hedges to his right, blocking that.
How did he pick that one? How this one goes back, does not go back to the screen, amazes me. This is a breaking ball. Wow, that's impressive.
Full count, runners at first and third. Runner goes at first, and a fly ball sent foul down the right field line, out of play. Reyes gives chase, but back into the seats. Off was Escobar on the 3-2 pitch.
Well, there's a lot of Hoffman jerseys out there tonight, Donnie.
Yeah, it's good to see Hoffman give away a jersey.
I know.
Did you get yours?
I did. Love it.
Runner goes again at first, and that's ball 4. So Ahmed down to first base. Second walk of the inning allowed by Nix. So load the bases, filled with Diamondbacks with 1 out in the inning. Eighth hitter coming up of the inning, Alex Sevilla.
No worse feeling as a pitcher when you cannot find that release point. Very, very inconsistent. You're fighting everything. And then it starts getting in your head. You start thinking about it. Am I striding too far? Is my arm dragging? Is my elbow down? Is my elbow up too much? Am I falling off?
On the ground, softly hit down the first baseline, foul. Fouled it off himself, and it get all the way down to first. Three-run home run in this inning for David Peralta that has given the Diamondbacks a 3-0 advantage. They're looking for more with the bases loaded, 1 out. Some stirring going on in the Padres pen right now. The 1 pitch is going to miss, and it is even at 1-1. It is Kazuhisa Makita who is first up in the Padres pen. Vila takes ball 2. Let's take a look at StatCast AI powered by AWS.
Heavy pull towards the second base area, 49%.
High strike call, 2-2.
And that 49% exactly where Corey Spangenberg and Freddie Galvis on the second baseman side of second base. 3 heavy on that right side and catches the quadrant up and in.
We got Goldschmidt at third, Escobar at second, Ahmed at first with 1 out in the inning. 3 runs in so far. And Avila will line a fair ball down the left field line. 1 run is in. Here comes Escobar. 2 runs will score. Throw to third is late, and it's 5-0 Arizona. Alex Avila with a 2-run single down the left field line. And the Diamondbacks have scored 5 times so far in the first inning.
That's ouch, big time. 4-seamer. And what I mentioned earlier, seems like his fastball when it's around the plate, it's just catching too much of the plate. Very short and quick to that one. Why try to pull that ball? It's got to be in the way, but way off the bag. And Avila does a nice job of driving in 2 with that single.
9th member of the Arizona Diamondbacks to bat here in the first inning is their pitcher, Clay Buchholz, who has not thrown a pitch yet in this game. Shows bunt, jumps back out of the way and takes strike 1. And Buchholz 1 for 20 at the plate this year. His 12th major league season. 86 average during the course of his major league career, and of course the bulk of his major league career spent in the American League. That is strike 2. Still just 1 out in the inning.
Yeah.
Fly ball, foul down the left field line, out of play.
You know, sometimes when a pitcher has one pitch that's on, and you try to go the other one, you try to live with the location of the fastball, right? Because you don't have the feel for the change, you don't have the feel for the curveball. But if you're dotting up and down exactly where you want, almost throw it there blindfolded. But that's not the case right here with Jacob. All of his pitches, no consistency at all.
Swing and a miss, strikes out Buchholz for the second out of the inning. A strikeout for Jacob Nix. So 2 down, top of the order, John Jay, who got it all started with a double. In the dirt and blocked nicely by Hedges.
Nice block, saves a run. What was that stat? CRS, catcher's run save? Is that my DRS?
I'm not sure.
I can't remember what it was. But anytime a ball in the dirt that a catcher saves a run from scoring, I think that should go as a stat.
I would agree.
As a stat.
Only behind here is Nix 2-0. And Jay gets hit in the back. That'll load him up. And here comes Andy Green. That's going to be the night for Jacob Nix. Over the back of the leg is where it got him. So Andy Green out to get him after 42 pitches in the first inning and not out of the first. Pitching change.
We're proud of what we're doing here. We feel like we haven't played our best baseball yet, but we are in first place, and you know that's an accomplishment. I want to make sure these guys embrace every single day, not to change their attitude or their direction, but to go out and play the type of baseball they know how to play.
Diamondback skipper Torey Lovullo talking about the difference between this year and last year. Remember, they were 17.5 games out of first place this time last year behind the Dodgers. They were battling for a wild card spot. Right now, he's got a 1-game lead in the National League West over the Rockies. He says, look, nothing is different. They're trying to stay focused, but he's made some changes in his lineup, guys, and they've made some acquisitions at the trade deadline to help them stay strong through the stretch, especially in their bullpen. Diamondbacks looking strong heading down the stretch, guys.
All right, thanks very much, Scan. They come in playing very good baseball. It's up to a 3-game series. Mentioned last time they saw the Padres, and coming in here atop the division, trying to keep it going, and so far off to a tremendous start tonight. on top 5-0 with 2 down here in the first inning. Jacob Nix done after 42 pitches. And Makita now into the game. And he will miss. Evens the count at 1-1.
Well, a lot of work to do for Kaz Makita. It's one of those where you can almost treat it as a start. See how long Andy Green goes with him. His 25th game for the sidewinding right-hander. Recalled Sunday from AAA El Paso. First appearance since July 7th.
So into the pen in the first inning. Never a good thing.
No.
This turns into a bullpen game for the Padres.
And you know, this game is so humbling. And granted, Jacob Nix had one heck of a major league debut. 6 innings scoreless. That's great. But you forget about that start. You try to go out and maybe equal or do better the next time. But my point is, this game will bring you to your knees quickly.
A.J. Pollock walked earlier in the inning, came around to score the second run. Fly ball foul down the right field line, out of play. Outfield straight away on Pollock. Pretty good pop all the way around. Ahmed at third, Avila at second. It is Jay at first. 11th batter of the inning here for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Two and two. Green having to get into that pen here in the first inning.
You know, also this is tough on the defense, right? A lot of standing around.
Almost a half an hour into the game here with 2 outs in the first. And a full count now. It's a long time to wait for Clay Buchholz.
Yeah. I'm wondering if, you know, I've been from the dugout to the clubhouse on the visiting side.
You got the tunnel down there. You
Yeah.
got the batting cage. You go down there and throw.
Play a little toss in that batting cage. Yeah.
On the ground, left side, being a wave at third base, throws on the run and in time to put an end to this top of the first inning. A 5-run inning for the Diamondbacks. The first inning, and it's time for the Padres lineup, brought to you by your San Diego County Toyota dealers. Leading it off is Travis Jankowski. with Corey Spangenberg at second base, Eric Hosmer at first, Franmil Reyes in right. Austin Hedges does the catching with Freddie Galvis at short, Christian Villanueva at third, Manuel Margot in center bats eighth, and Kazuhisa Makita now into the game batting ninth for the Padres. On the hill is Clay Buchholz. It's a very long wait, but he's got a 5-0 lead as he takes the hill.
You see the repertoire from Clay Buchholz, the usage. Fastball, curveball, changeup. Low 90s. And he's in a spot to where he can be aggressive against these Padre hitters with the 5-0 lead.
Well, Travis Jankowski and the Padres looking to chip away. 260 average for Jankowski, 2 homers, 15 runs batted in.
Well, I wasn't expecting to say this early in the ball game, but you got to at least try to get in the slam range here for San Diego, being down 5-0 in the bottom of the first.
In there for a strike, 2-1. Buchholz celebrating his 34th birthday on Wednesday. Lost his first start on Friday against the Reds. Allowed 3 runs, 2 earned over 7 innings, and a 3-0 loss for the Diamondbacks against Cincinnati. On the ground and a fair ball. Jankowski has sent it off the box seats and jumps out there to Peralta. He's headed for 2 and will get there standing. Leadoff double for Travis Jankowski in the first inning.
John Jay hit the double leading off this ball game down that way. Travis Jankowski, foot is down. Boy, he backed that ball up nicely, and this ball just barely inside the bag, and he's off to the races. And you know, I've always said in a situation like this, at least get 1 back. Get on that board after they score 5. To go in this inning scoreless, I think, is a huge thing. So even 1 run makes a difference.
So leadoff double for Jankowski, and it brings up Corey Spangenberg. I feel pretty deep on Spangenberg, who shows bunt, pulls it back, and takes a pitch outside. Believe it or not, this is the second time this season the Diamondbacks have put a 5 spot on against the Padres in the first inning.
I believe it.
They did it July 7th at Arizona.
There's that changeup from Buchholz. Very good one. And with the 5-0 lead, he's not just going to give in and lay it in there. He's going to change speeds. He's going to try to hit his spots, and that's the beauty of the changeup. Even though he wanted it down and away, that ball leaked down and in, but taking a lot off of it for the swing and miss.
Bunt bid dropped down here by Spangenberg. For the first by Avila is in time. On to third goes Jankowski. We had 1 out here in the first inning.
Well, the first pitch of the at-bat, he showed bunt, pulled it back, ball 1. I would like to see Corey try to swing away there and try to drive in Jankowski with a base knock. He's got speed at second base and scoring position.
No sacrifice on the play, so 2-3 on the putout. 1 down, and it brings up Eric Hosmer. Hosmer at 255, 11 homers and 49 runs batted in. Outfield backed up pretty deep here on Hosmer, who grounds 1 foul outside of first. Down 0-2. Buchholz beat the Padres back on July 29th here at Petco Park. 3 runs in 5 2/3 and a 5-4 Diamondbacks win. He's allowed 2 earned runs or fewer in 9 of his 11 starts this year. And again has a 5-0 advantage. And before he took the hill tonight, he's got a runner at third right now, 1 down in the inning. And Hosmer strikes out looking, 2 down. First strikeout for Buchholz on the night, 2 away.
Straightens him up with the fastball in the inside corner. Talked about the pitches for Buchholz. He'll cut the fastball, the changeup, and the curveball. There's a 90-mile-an-hour fastball right on the inside corner. 2-seamer, bring it back.
It's a lane changer.
Yeah.
Two down, Jankowski at third. It brings up Franmil Reyes batting in the cleanup spot in tonight's game. Franmil moving on up the order here. Swings away and pops it up. Back to second base. It is Ketel Marte astride on the outfield grass who makes the catch. That will end the inning. Hall of Famer Trevor Hoffman will be alongside when we come back to Petco Park. 5-0 Diamondbacks. Five to nothing. Diamondbacks on top of the Padres. We head to the second inning, and Hall of Famer Trevor Hoffman alongside as promised. Trevor, welcome back. Congratulations. It had to be an amazing whirlwind event for you. What was the Hall of Fame event like for you?
Honestly, you just gave me chills talking about it right there, introducing me as a Hall of Famer. You know, to be able to have the opportunity to just rub elbows with the current living Hall of Famers that came back and to be a rookie again, really was awe-inspiring. And so to have that moment constantly throughout the weekend, I was pitching myself everywhere I went. I go, oh my gosh, there's Greg Maddux. Oh, there's Tommy Glavine. There's Hank Aaron.
Wow.
Wade Boggs, and that was a funny thing. A lot of the Red Sox guys are like pushing me aside, going, "Where's your brother at? We want to talk to Glenn." It was great.
I worked over the weekend with Dennis Eckersley, and he was talking about one of the first times when he was a Hall of Famer being around the other Hall of Famers after the event at dinner. And just like that, and looking around at the other guys and going, whoa, wait a minute, I am part of this club now. I mean, that has to be unbelievable.
It really was, and I don't think it kind of sinks in for a while, to be honest with you. But that dinner is something really special because, one, I realized what Tony was talking about when he talked about going to the wrong table. He goes, no, you're supposed to be at the Punch and Judy table. I'm like, immediately hit me as I walked through the door and went, oh my goodness, I have no idea where I'm supposed to go sit.
Grounded at third and fire over to first base for Villanueva. 2 down in the inning.
So I lucked out. Maddux ended up grabbing me. He goes, hey, pitcher's table, go ahead and sit down.
You may have answered this during one of the interviews when you were there that we got back, but
right.
Who was the one guy in that room like Don was talking about when you looked at him and you said, oh my gosh? Is there one guy?
There was, and it was when we were coming back from orientation on Saturday. Hank Aaron was out in front of the Lake Otesaga Hotel, and I was with Jim Tomey, and we had an opportunity to shake his hand and say, "Mr. Aaron, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name's Trevor Hoffman." He went to get up out of his chair, and I go, "Mr. Aaron, please don't. I respect. I don't want you to have to do that." And he was awesome. I mean, and Jimmy was in all. We walked away and went, "That was Mr. Aaron." That was really cool. So it was constantly things like that, the icons of the game. It just transcended just numbers. To see the living guys themselves and how humble they were and how gracious they were to accept us was amazing.
We'll throw to first, and we will come back. You hang around another inning?
Yeah.
A 1-2-3 inning, 5-0 Arizona. And this is it. Your mom throwing out the first pitch tonight. That's pretty cool.
A strike right over the plate, right there, down and away. She was so nervous. We were standing next to her before we went onto the field, and she rubbed her hands. I go, "Mom, what's going on?" She goes, "I'm nervous. My hands are wet. They're sweating."
It's on here to the bottom of the second inning. Leading it off is Austin Hedges. Clay Buchholz back on the mound again. And so let's talk about your family and how special it had to be to have them there with you in Cooperstown. Your family, first your family, your immediate family, but also your teammates' family as well.
Yeah, everybody came out in full support, no doubt. But to have the boys the ages they are right now, and to kind of come full circle to an extent, being raised in Qualcomm and Petco, coming to a lot of ball games, this was kind of the finishing touches for them as well. And so to be able to share it with everybody that you mentioned, a lot of extended family and fans came out from San Diego in full force. I was blown away when I got up on stage. I came around the corner, and then half the midsection of 50,000 people stood up, and they were all Padre fans. It was fantastic.
This one right to Ketel Marte in the shift, and Hedges out number one.
Well, it is your weekend, and deservedly so. There's a lot of giveaways that fans are going to have for Trevor Hoffman for the rest of, they could pass it down to their kids. But tonight is the jersey giveaway.
Yep. A lot of white shirts out there.
What do you think about that?
Love this.
Love that.
Padres. Very nice.
You know what? The Hoffy Table book.
How about that? Huh?
Not the coffee table, the Hoffy Table book. Here's the front.
There you go.
And then this is a really one page that I opened up to that really encompasses your career and the most important thing to you, I would have to say. Right, Trevor?
No doubt. There's a lot of neat backstory to this whole thing. It's actually Brody's 22nd birthday today.
Nice.
And you can see the writing on Wyatt's face. We stole a tradition from the Caminiti family that the night before they would turn a certain number, whether it was 4 or 5, they'd fall asleep and we'd write all over their body the number they're going to turn. And so they'd wake up in the morning and they go, "I'm 5, I turned 5. So we got that from the Caminiti fan. You can see why it's still got numbers on them. So it's pretty cool stuff.
This is the one I like. Well, we've got the statue This is going to be really neat.
I'll tell you, all of them are really special. They did a nice job on the giveaways for sure.
Trevor, I really like this one.
My plaque. There it is.
Yeah. An amazing detail. I mean, a little bit of scowl and beady eyes, got a little point in the nose, even a little rough scruff on the chin. Fantastic. Amazing job. Got a little stand that comes with it. It's perfect. Yeah, just some great giveaways for sure this weekend. Awesome stuff.
Well, there it is. The statue is out there, and of course it will be unveiled, but right now it is being hidden so that no one can see it yet. Have you seen it yet?
It's referred to as him. Will, the sculptor, I got a chance to meet in April of this year, and I got to go into his work space, and he referred to it as him. I'm going, dude, it's me. It's right here. Call him off here or something. It was great. It was a good time.
Did they take? First of all, where'd they get the picture from? What picture did they use, and did you get to choose it?
No, he had multiple pictures that he had out, all from the 90s. Obviously a high leg kick, so very similar to the statue they're giving away. And I think it was more than anything, it was the detail that he could see. I go, hey, you're taking pictures that are 10 years ago, so understand there's been some age.
Trevor Hoffman, we really appreciate it. Congratulations.
Very good. Thanks for having me up here, guys. I appreciate it. Look forward to seeing everybody. Thank you.
Good to see you.
5-0 Diamondbacks.
Catch an MLB doubleheader Saturday on FS1. First, the Orioles take on Francisco Lindor and the AL Central leading Indians. Then Ryan Braun and the Brewers battle Matt Carpenter and the Cardinals. Coverage begins at noon Pacific on FS1, or stream it live on the Fox Sports app.
Ketel Marte leading it off here for the Diamondbacks. Fouls it back to the screen. Marte, Ahmed, and Avila scheduled to bat in the inning. Nikita back out there again. Why not? Well, the final out of the second inning. The first inning, I should say. Then he had a 1-2-3 second inning. Now back out there for the third. And his scorecard is a fiasco.
Do you cross out the number and then add on?
I do.
Like 2 will be 3?
Yes. I will, yeah, on the left side. Now, I've had times where a team has batted around twice in the same game, and then it gets complicated. You got to go to the right side of that number and then renumber again, which will take me actually into the 11th inning of my scorecard. Yeah. It's a problem. What do you do?
I take the chance of that team that batted around.
Off the glove, Makita slows it down. Going to make it tough for Spangenberg and impossible. As it turns out, Marte aboard with the infield hit. What do you do?
Like they batted around in the first, correct?
Yes.
So Jay comes up a second time. He was hit by pitch, and then Pollock grounded to
Right. But
third.
you're all in the second inning. You don't change his numbers at the top at all.
So
it's going to get very confusing.
Well, no, I take the chance then of then in the second inning still stay in the second inning. It was a 1-2-3 inning and just continue there.
Ooh.
See, that's the second inning.
Yeah.
And here's what I could do as well. I could take a marker, like a highlighter, and I can highlight the first inning all in that one color, so I know that that's the first inning.
To me, that would be better than the other system you got going there. Yeah. So I've started renumbered the other ones. I've renumbered the top of each, so now they have their own line down.
Gotcha.
Yours is different.
I've done
Not
that.
wrong,
I've
but
done
different.
that before, yeah.
But it can get confusing if they should bat around again. Then we got big time problems. Or I've had it happen where all of a sudden now you're into extra innings after a team had batted around, and now you got problems at the back end of your scorecard. The 11-12,
right.
where normally I'd split those down the middle and get to 16.
Now you've done a lot of baseball. Have you ever had a team bat around twice in the same inning? Like 18 guys come or 19?
No.
I never have either.
No. Announcer problems.
These are big time problems, Don.
There are issues. Batting around is a problem.
I wish it was on the Padres side.
Ahmed batting here with the runner at first, nobody out in the third inning. Down the right field line, and it is headed towards the corner, and a foul ball. And Reyes giving chase.
Off the right-handed bat, that ball is going to be slicing and clearly foul.
Makita had retired 4 in a row before giving up the infield hit to Ketel Marte that started the third inning. Reversed and a very short lead for Marte, but he dives back safely.
We talked about Makita coming in relief of Nix in that first inning. The most that Kaz has thrown in relief, his season high is 3 innings, and that was back in May, late May, against the Dodgers at Dodger Stadium. So he has an inning and a third already here to this point.
And strike 3, that one in there. There's the breaking ball to get Ahmed. Second strikeout for Makita, 1 down.
Make that an inning and 2/3 of work now for Makita. Well, it kind of straightens him up a little bit. Nick Ahmed almost doing a little moonwalk in that batter's box. And it catches the inside corner.
A rising breaking ball.
Yeah, he pitches uphill.
Yep. 1 out, 1 on, and Alex Avila coming up. He singled to drive in 2 as part of that 5-run first inning. Center fielder Manuel Margot over towards left center. Good sized gap out in right center field. And the infield stacking it up on the right side with Freddie Galvis, the only member of the Padres on the left side of that infield. Keep it tight to the infield, though. Double play scenario in order.
In the past, did you ever do your scorecard in pencil?
Never.
Really?
I have done it in blue flare, red flare since my first season in '91.
Well, since the technology of whiteout has been really amped up.
Flares don't work well on those.
I know it doesn't.
It becomes like watercolors. Not good. Can't use it. Down the left field line on the run is Jankowski into the corner. Can't catch it, but it's a foul ball.
Well, I'm just glad that Travis doesn't get hurt on that one, because that could have been gnarly. He breaks it down on the track because and he does it just enough to the pop-up slide before getting to the wall. You hit that wall, maybe you twist an ankle, It is padded down there, but you never know how that foot might get caught on something. He's good to go.
Well, now 1 on, 1-2 the count to Avila. Fouled off to the left out of play. Now yesterday you were telling Bob Chandler that he taught you how to keep score, huh?
I had my own certain way as a kid that my dad taught me, and it was really basic. But then I got to get in this business, and Bob Chandler was the first guy I worked with. And I looked at his scorebook, and I said, boy, you know what? Explain what do you mean by this? Told me, and it really made sense. So then I copied what he did, and been doing it ever since. I like your story.
Time call, pitch doesn't count.
Interning for the Red Sox.
Yeah, I would keep it for the play-by-play announcer on radio because he would generally nap in the middle innings.
Really?
Yes.
And who was that?
Ken Coleman.
Yeah.
And he would leave 4, 5, 6, and I would then have to keep his scorecard. So when he came back, it had to be exactly the way his was, so he knew what happened while he was gone.
Wow, that's pressure.
Yeah. Well, that's how I learned how to keep score. I didn't learn how to keep score as a kid. So I still keep score the way he did because I had to.
Yeah. Did he also do it in pen like that?
He did.
Really?
Yeah. And he did the pitching in red like I do.
Yeah.
Because the reason I do the pitching in red is because it jumps out at you. The strikeouts and the walks, which I number, they stick out from the blue, so I can get to it quickly. Down the left field line, Jankowski on the move, and that is a foul ball again.
You know, it looks like Avila, and we talk about this is a discussion because of the shifts. It's just so inviting for a left-handed hitter when they're positioned this way to try to take the ball that way.
Just serve it out there.
Yes, and I think that's what his intent is right now. There's been 2 times now going down that left field line. We can just hold it right there for a second, guys. Trying to spank it down that way. A lot of guys are stubborn and they try to pull the ball, try to beat the shift.
Two and two to Avila. Marte at first, 1 down here. Diamondbacks batting in the top of the 3rd inning.
I'm just thinking if I were a hitter, I would really try to manipulate the bat and try to hit the ball where they weren't being played.
Hit them where they ain't.
Yes.
Full count now.
Wee Willie Keeler said that back in the day. Long time ago.
8th pitch coming up. Good battle here. Kaz Makita matched up against Alex Avila. Veteran catcher spending the bulk of his major league career in Detroit. Throw to first, and Marte back to the bag. Ball 4, and down to first goes Avila. And rounding second base, there was Marte. Looked up, saw nobody was covering third, so he took off a few steps and threw the brakes on. After the walk of Avila, first and second with 1 down. Now it's time for tonight's trivia question, brought to you by Valley View Casino.
I love trivia.
Trevor Hoffman, who was just here moments ago, saved 40 or more games in 9 different seasons with the Padres. Named the other 2 Padres relievers to have 40 or more saves at least 1 season. Tweet us your answers by the end of the inning using hashtag Valley View Trivia. Strike called. Did you ever have 40 saves or more with the Padres?
Oh, that's a good one.
So you're not it?
No, I know one of those because he was a teammate of mine, and I witnessed it.
Okay.
Can I say the answer?
Sure.
44 saves in 1989 for Mark Davis.
Okay.
Won the Cy Young Award that year.
So there is one. Ball, and it is 1-1.
And I think the other one is the guy who I saw today.
Really?
Yes. Padre alumni.
That's why you played softball today.
Played the Navy over on Coronado Naval Air Station. It was fun.
You guys had a 10-10 tie. Is that true?
Yeah, we had them 10-2.
No.
Oh yeah.
Who gave it up?
One Eichelberger.
1-1 is bunted, pushed towards third. Villanueva throws on the run and in time, able to retire. Clay Buchholz at first base, but runners will move along. Marte to third, Avila to second.
Yeah, even with the big lead, you can't take that lightly. A nice job by Buchholz getting those two runners into scoring position. Always trying to add on.
Five to 4 on the sacrifice, who gets two into scoring position. Top of the order, John Jay coming up. Jay has doubled and been hit by a pitch, been aboard twice already, and 286 hitter with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. Tony Gwynn Jr. played today too, I heard.
He did. He made some nice plays in the outfield. We had Carlos Hernandez, Brett Tomko, Marcus and Brian Giles, Tony Gwynn Jr., Juan Eichelberger, Randy Jones was the skipper, Dick Dent, former trainer for the Padres back in the day.
One foul back off to the left, out of play. So Mark Ole Sweeney didn't play today. I pitched last year.
He did not.
And Sweeney was at first base, and it was a ground ball to first that he totally sidestepped. Ends up in the right field corner,
That
and
really
I
hurt
get
your
2
ERA.
earned runs
Yeah,
because of that.
those are earned runs.
Yeah. All he had to do was knock it down with part of his body, something, nothing.
Unbelievable.
0-2. Is softly lined to short, and it's caught on the back end by Galvis. That will end the inning. So 2 stranded by the Diamondbacks, but it's 5-0 Arizona.
Nothing. Let's take a look at the D-backs defense behind Clay Buchholz. Their defense is brought to you by San Diego Cadillac Dealers. Eduardo Escobar. No errors in 15 games since being with the Arizona Diamondbacks to secure third base. Nick Ahmed at short. Ketel Marte at second base. Paul Goldschmidt at first base. Alex Avila will be behind the plate. He has been behind the plate actually for 3 innings. Peralta in left, Pollock in center, and John Jay in right.
And Will Margot to lead it off here in the bottom of the 3rd inning for the Padres. Margot, the pitcher spot, and Jankowski scheduled to bat in the inning. Looks like Makita has come out on deck, so may continue on in this game.
He's pitching well.
So 42 pitches. Margot hits a hot shot to second base, nicely picked by Marte, and throws him out for the first out here, the bottom of the 3rd inning. 4-3 on the putout of Margot, and that'll bring up Makita.
See how smooth Marte was on that play?
Pretty good.
He's really good.
Former shortstop. Still plays there some for the Diamondbacks when Ahmed is not there. Very good defensively. Buchholz falling behind here. 2-0 to Makita. 25th pitch coming up for Clay Buchholz, who has retired 7 Padres in a row. To left field, and on the run to make the catch is David Peralta. Wow, nice running catch. Robs Makita of a base hit. And probably extra bases. That one gets by him. It's going to roll a while.
Swing it, Kaz. Four-seamer, middle in. He gets extended. That's a good-looking hack. And I tell you what, the play, as you mentioned, Don, playing shallow. Peralta's got to go beeline straight to the left there, and then extension at the last second to snag it and take away extra bases.
Drops in there for a strike to Travis Jankowski. Doubled in the first inning, has the only Padres hit on the night. Foul back, 0-2.
By the way, last half inning we posed the trivia question, right? But I did not reveal who my second guess was. It's called the tease. So I'm sure everybody's on the edge of their seat.
I know I am. Swing and a miss, and Jankowski strikes out to end the third inning. We head to the fourth. Arizona top 5-0.
Talk about the fastball and the changeups out of the hand of Nix, but when you don't locate, right, Peralta can do some damage. Launch angle, and Peralta's been hot for the Diamondbacks. We talked about him prior to the game, the month of August, batting third tonight.
A little pop up, Hosmer's way, and Eric in on the infield grass to make the catch. Round number 1 of the 4th inning. Here comes David Peralta, batting for the 3rd time tonight. 3-run home run came as part of the 5-run first. Struck out swinging in the second inning. Here he is getting his second look at Kaz Makita. Home run was the 22nd of the year for Peralta. That is pitch number 46 for Makita since coming into this game. And again, he came in with 2 outs in the first inning. Here he is in the fourth, logging some serious innings here for the Padres. 1-out walk, and Peralta down to first base. Second walk allowed by Makita since coming in. By a slugging percentage in August at .788. And his teammate Paul Goldschmidt, fifth in that category at .673. And here he is.
You know, I was talking to some of the announcers for the Diamondbacks regarding Peralta in this point in time in August. He is not missing mistakes. And in hitters, he gets streaky, right? He's a tough out, and this guy's a tough out. And there was a time earlier in the year when he was missing mistakes, and he has turned it around. Paul Goldschmidt.
Oh, 2. Jacob Nix went 2/3 of an inning tonight, giving up 5 hits, 5 runs, walked 2, struck out a batter, and ended up throwing 42 pitches in the 2/3 of an inning tonight. On the hook right now, with the Diamondbacks on top 5-0. Goldschmidt with a swing and a miss, and Makita picks up his 3rd K. It's Paul Goldschmidt, 2 down here in the 4th inning.
Well, he went up the ladder the prior pitch, and he fouled it back to the screen. And we mentioned it earlier, pitching uphill. Austin Hedges wants it up there, and that's exactly where he puts it. Only 80 miles an hour, but that's tough to square up. Different arm angle.
You say that's below the hitting speed? Would you categorize that?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And with that deception as far as the new look down there, which you don't see every day, I think that's quite a good combination.
Eduardo Escobar 1 for 2, reached on an infield hit in the first and scored. He grounded out to his counterpart at third base in the 3rd inning. Did he go? No, says third base umpire Quinn Walcott. Good thing they didn't check with Mark Grant from Fox Sports San Diego.
I thought he went.
Yeah.
They go every time.
That's up high. I'm waiting for an umpire one day to spin around completely, look up to the booth, and point to you.
And I'm going to be right.
What do you got, Mark?
He went.
2-2. Framed there by Hedges, but away. On deck is Ketel Marte. With 2 down, runner at first here in the Diamondbacks' 4th inning. Grounded foul, will do it again. Makita getting a new baseball. He walked counterclockwise around the mound.
It looked like he was also in the midst of a meeting with himself.
Very briefly, I would agree with you. That's outside, and that's ball 4. Second walk of the inning, 3rd of the outing allowed by Makita. So 2 down, 2 on, and that'll bring up Ketel Marte. Marte has flied to right and had an infield hit to second base, 1 for 2. Foul back for strike one. Popped up. Foul ground down the first baseline. Here comes Hosmer to make the catch. It'll end the inning. Well, Makita works his way around 2 walks in the inning. 5-0 Diamondbacks. Second straight game, the Mets have scored 20 or more runs. Today was 24, and that is Jose Bautista, who hit a grand slam, part of a 7 RBI day for Bautista as part of that Mets win. Again, they win at 24-4 over the Philadelphia Phillies at Citizens Bank Park. And the Mets all of a sudden put together some pretty impressive offense. Well, it is 5-0 here. Diamondbacks have the lead. As the Padres come to bat in the bottom of the 4th inning. Corey Spangenberg leading it off. Buchholz back on the hill again. And a liner foul. Spangenberg trying to bunt his way on first time up. And he's retired 2-3. Pretty economical so far has been Buchholz. The next pitch will be the 30th of his outing. And he's dealing with the first hitter here of the 4th inning.
Well, he's pitching like it's nothing. There's a change up there that misses. He's not going to just give in.
Try Wigginter up in the pen. To left center, Peralta headed back, and he'll lunge to make the catch. Peralta really been tested out there a few times. This time he had to go back on a slant, almost to the warning track to get that one for out number 1. A lot of people have been waiting for the answer to our trivia question. Time now for the answer to tonight's trivia question, brought to you by Valley View Casino. Trevor Hoffman saved 40 or more in 9 different seasons with the Padres. Name the other 2 Padres relievers have had 40 or more in at least one season. Heath Bell 3 times. Mark Davis did it once.
That's pretty awesome.
Was Heath Bell there today too?
He was.
That's who you were talking about.
Yes.
Hosmer 0 for 1, struck out looking in the first.
I think he bowls on Wednesdays. Plays some softball, coaches, and bowls on Wednesdays.
One pitch coming up here to Hosmer. And that'll miss for ball 2. He played in the game that I played in, the one that Sweeney blew the ground ball down the first base line that turned into 2 earned runs.
Right.
Yeah, he played in that game too. That was last year against the Marines.
Right.
On the ground, off the hill is Buck Olsha, flip underhanded to first. 2 down in the inning. 1 hit given up by Buck Olsha so far. The leadoff double by Jankowski in the first.
Well, after the pitch is thrown, a pitcher becomes a fielder, and Buchholz, really athletic, catching on the big hop, plenty of time for the underhand toss to first. In a decent fielding position, off to the first base side just a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that. Remember a guy who fell off to the side quite a bit, big time. Bob Gibson, remember him?
Sure do. Franmil Reyes getting a second look at Clay Buchholz tonight. He popped out at second base in the first inning, 0 for 1. Buchholz in a stretch right now where he's retired 11 Padres in a row.
Pretty good workload right there.
Some very short innings.
Yeah.
Reyes fouls it back, and it's 2-1.
Oh, he had a crushable pitch there. That was a hanger. Little spinner up there. At 86.
Fouls it off himself, painfully so. And it evens the count at 2-2. Rockies won today. They beat the Atlanta Braves 5-3.
Two-seamer in.
Oh, yeah.
Right off Sergeant Hulka, big toe. Call it toe truck. Did you ever bone bruise by doing that?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I have.
They can stay with.
No need to do it again.
No. I wasn't going there. I was just saying they stay with you a long time.
No need to recreate. Swing and a miss, and Reyes strikes out to end the inning. That's the third K for Buchholz. He's retired 12 in a row. 5-0 D-backs. Ball brought to you by Petco, the pet company. By Hyundai, get a great deal, more than a great deal on all new Hyundai vehicles. See your Hyundai dealer today. And by your San Diego Mazda dealers. Kazuhisa Makita ends up going 3 1/3 innings, 59 pitches. A career high for him in innings and in pitches, and did a good job logging some serious innings. After the starter, Jacob Nix only went 2/3 of an inning. The pitcher on for the Padres, Trey Wigginton.
An outstanding job by Kaz, holding them at 5, and that is the objective here for a big right-hander, Trey Wigginton. Small sample size, his 5th game. A little high on the walks in 4 frames, 3 free ones, but more strikeouts with 5.
Nick Ahmed has walked and struck out, getting his 3rd plate appearance of the game. All 5 runs the Diamondbacks score came in the 1st inning. Strike 2, 97.
Yeah, I got to turn up the dial against this kid right here. 97, 98. Dot in that outside corner.
Didn't miss by a lot. Gave up his 1st earned run in his 4th appearance. Struck out 5 of 15 batters that he's faced in the big leagues. And he's able to strike out Ahmed to begin things here in the 5th inning.
They go right after him. Puts a wrinkle in that one. See the tilt on that? Well, when you've got 97, 98, then you put a spin on it and it's got straight down tilt. That is one nasty pitch. That's called the equalizer.
One down in the 5th for Alex Avila. Padres going to the shift on the right side. Avila has singled to left to drive in 2. And then he walked in the 3rd inning, so he's been on twice. A couple of good plate appearances in this game so far for Avila. Shift on, Spangenberg in short right, the 3rd baseman. Christian Villanueva coming over to the right side, and only Freddie Galvis on the left side. Strike 2.
Boy, if you can hit your spots like that, stay out of the heart of the zone and work in and out, you're going to have some success. Good feel for the fastball right out of the gate and the breaking ball for Trey. Here's what I'd like to see. Put him away early. Right here, right now. We kind of overthrew that one. Notice the right arm. Get some people asking me, you know, what are those bruises? Well, it's called cupping therapy. Local suction on the area creates more blood flow to that area that's maybe giving you some difficulty, which creates healing. Blood to the area, good fresh blood to the area creates healing, and that's what you see on the arm of Trey Wigginton. Hey, MLB.TV is now available at a lower price. How about this price, Donnie? For $49.99, I think you can afford that. Watch every out-of-market regular season game, plus get a free subscription to MLB At Bat Premium. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV to take advantage of this special offer.
2 down here in the 5th inning, and it brings up the pitcher Clay Buchholz. I didn't realize you were also a doctor.
No. It's amazing.
So you want to explain the suction again? I mean, what?
Cupping therapy.
Have you done it?
I think it. No, I haven't. But I think it goes way, way back. I mean, it's like way back in the day, like for over like 3,000 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Would you recommend this?
I don't know whether it's a personal thing or not, but I see a lot of the guys like on their back. You know what I'm saying?
First of all, how do you know it goes back 3,000 years? I mean, did somebody tell you that?
It's called research.
Okay. That's a lot of years. I'm just saying.
A long time.
I mean, that is strike 3. Trey Wigginter strikes out the side in order. Very impressively. Halfway through, 5-0 D-backs.
Slider, then it's Alex Avila's turn. Here's another slider for you as well. We all know that Wigginter has the fastball 97, 98 miles an hour, but it's been that slider that has been the difference maker both in his domination at the AAA level and so far here in the big leagues. He didn't have that slider coming out of spring training. The Padres challenged him. He met that challenge, and it's now become a big part of his arsenal, and one of the reasons that the Padres have high hopes that he can stick in the big leagues for a long, long time, guys.
All right, Scan, thanks very much for an impressive inning against a very good lineup. Strikes out the side in order, and it's on to the bottom of the 5th inning. Austin Hedges, Freddie Galvis, and Christian Villanueva scheduled to face Clay Buchholz, who has retired 12 Padres in a row. Hedges grounded out to the second baseman Ketel Marte in the 2nd inning. Popped up foul, off to the right, out of play. Villa gives chase, but well back into the seats and behind the Padres dugout. On a strike here to Austin Hedges. Miss for ball 2, 2-1. 3 strikeouts for Buchholz. Not walked anybody, and again the only hit he allowed, the leadoff double by Travis Jankowski, and on a stretch of 12 in a row. On the ground left side, it's Ahmed, the shortstop. Double pump, but had plenty of time to get Hedges for the first out here, the 5th inning. It's time now for the Kia Drive to Success. Clay Buchholz's been very good. Lowest road ERA since May the 20th, a 2.18 earned run average. For Sale of the Red Sox and a former teammate of Clay Buchholz's, leading in that category at 1.60. The Max Scherzer, Danny Duffy.
You know, it even goes back farther than that, and it's amazing because usually on the road you see guys that really struggle since 2009. This kid's 48-22.
Has a no-hitter on his resume. No hit the Baltimore Orioles. It was in his second major league start that he had that no-hitter.
That could be a good thing and a bad thing.
It worked out to be a bad thing, to be honest with you. Kind of set him back for a while. Yeah.
Orioles were a pretty good team at that time too, right?
They were. Struck out Nick Markakis on a curveball to complete the no-hitter. It was one of those nights where he had it from the beginning. He had all 4 of his pitches for strikes at any time, and it was just
dicing and slicing.
There was one play back up the middle that Dustin Pedroia made that was outstanding, but it was really the only thing close. Two-one pitch. And a fly ball to right field. John Jay. That started back now in and over for out number 2 of the 5th inning. Actually, in that Buchholz no-hitter, he made a pretty good defensive play himself. And a play down the trickle down the third baseline. But it did seem to set him back. He couldn't really get it going after that. And as you said, sometimes that can be a bad thing. It just
the expectation level, right?
I think he put a lot of pressure on himself after that.
I played with a guy in AAA, left-hander by the name of Kevin Morton. Came up, made his debut with the Red Sox.
Yes.
Threw like a complete game 2-hitter. Roger Clemens came up to him in the clubhouse after the game. He goes, "Kid, that could have been the worst thing could have ever done in a Red Sox uniform here at Fenway." Meaning, everybody now is going to be expecting it.
Right.
And he kind of said it jokingly, but still, there was some truth to that.
And then for a strike, and it's 1-2. Buchholz, part of the regular rotation that won the 2013 World Series with the Red Sox. To left, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. Breaks up a string of 14 in a row, retired by Clay Buchholz. Christian Villanueva with a 2-out single.
Two-seam fastball in off the plate, down by the label, and because it's up in the zone, he fights it off and is able to dump that in between the left field and shortstop's head for the big league knock.
2 down, Villanueva at first base brings up Manuel Margot. Grounded out at second base in the third, 0 for 1. A long time since Buchholz's been in the stretch position since the first inning. I imagine you get used to that full line, and then all of a sudden to switch it up, you got to change some things.
Yeah, because when you're in that groove, it's almost secondary. You don't think about that stuff. You see the signs, you see the glove, you hit your spots, and you get in that groove, that repetitiveness, that arm slot, the release point.
Towards second base, Marte will tag the bag at second instead of the runner. For the final out of the 5th inning, to the 6th we go, 5-0 D-backs. It's a 3-run shot for David Peralta, his 22nd of the year with the Diamondbacks. A 3-0 advantage. Then it would be Alex Avila with a single down the left field line that plates 2, scoring Goldschmidt and Escobar. And a 5-0 advantage before Buchholz even took the hill, but he's been dominant so far through the first 5 innings, throwing just 55 pitches, and at one point had retired 14 Padres in a row. So 5 shutout innings for the Arizona Diamondbacks starter. After a 1-2-3, striking out the side in order in the 5th for Trey Wigginter. He is back out there again to begin things here in the 6th inning and dealing with the top of the Diamondbacks order in John Jay. Jay doubled in the first. Was hit by a pitch also in the first inning, then lined out to shortstop in the 3rd. 11 Diamondbacks batted in the first inning. There's a drive to left field that sends Jankowski back with the room. He'll make the catch shy of the track for out number 1. Let's take a look at the Jerome's best seat in the house. Enter to win these seats at any Jerome's location. Great view, great seats, very comfortable, perfect spot here at Petco Park.
Standing. You know, I really like the way the Trey, after going 7, 8, 9, last half inning, top of the order, he's still pumping that strike zone, man. He is not afraid to go.
Ooh, right off him. It kicks towards first base. Hosmer will pick it up, but that's a base hit.
Wow.
On the side, I think. The green coming out. Mark Rogo, head trainer. Hot shot right back at him. Ooh, maybe on the arm. Yes.
Above the elbow, around like bicep, tricep area.
Send it down to Bob.
You know, guys, I can empathize with what Trey Wigginter's feeling right now. I had that happen to me twice in a week. I hung a split finger to Larry Walker, and he hit it off my arm as quickly as that before I even knew what happened. I came back. It took me a week to come back. And my first game back, Benito Santiago did the exact same thing to me. So it's no fun. I think the Padres are doing the right thing by taking this young man out and making sure that he's okay.
I agree.
All right, scan 5-0 Diamondbacks. Sixth home run of the season. SunTrust Park in Atlanta as the Rockies beat the Braves 5-3. Keeping pace right now in the National League West. As we took a look at the division leaders, Diamondbacks now with a 1-game lead over the Rockies with the Rockies' victory against the Braves. And of course, the wild card scenario right now, the Rockies are 2 games back. Phillies and Brewers with the Cardinals in between.
I'll tell you what, when you look at this is great discussion. The coin is going to be flipped, and it's going to be in the air for a long, long time as far as finding out who's going to walk away with these divisions and who's going to be winners. I'm guessing that to win the division this year, it's going to take around 93, 94 wins. To get that wild card spot, maybe about 87-ish. Don, we've seen every team right now that has been in the race, right?
Yes.
If you had to like check a box to see this is the best team, there's clear cut?
No, I don't think there is one.
I don't think there is either. That's why this is going to be really interesting, because if it's tight like that towards the last week of the season, then you're talking head-to-head.
Could be very exciting.
Intra-league results.
Yep.
And then good luck.
Yeah, I'm not sure. And again, we've seen these teams at different parts of the year when they're going good, when they're not going good. And we've talked about it before. The Nationals really disappointment.
Yep.
I think you look at that team this year, I expect them to do big things this year. Dave Martinez in his first year as the manager, not gone well there. We've seen the Cubs.
Do you remember opening day we all met out at the desk and we had
Yes,
like our predictions?
we picked, yes.
Do you remember your World Series prediction? I remember mine. Washington, Houston. That was my guess.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure
Really?
I remember.
Interesting conversation, though, as Phil Maton now enters his 34th game for Phil.
Snap throw to first, and back safely at first base is Pollard. Changes for the Padres. Hunter Renfroe now in the game in left field. And Jankowski goes from left to center field. So Margot coming out as part of the double switch. It has Phil Maton into the game. I hope Trey Wigginton is okay.
Yeah. Yeah, anytime you get a hit in that arm, that's the right precaution to get him out of the game and get him treated and hand it on to the next guy. Hopefully Phil Maton can hold them at 5. I mean, the bullpen has done a great job. The offense, only 2 hits tonight. And that's because Clay Buchholz is locked in.
Over the mound, and it is Spangenberg coming in to make the throw in time. Nice transfer from the glove to the bare hand. 2 down as A.J. Pollock takes second base. That'll bring up Paul Goldschmidt.
Not a lot of time to get a good grip. And then that is a nice transfer right there. Gets Peralta by a half step. Nice play by Corey.
Just out of the reach of Maton, trying to time that leap. So 2 down here in the 6th inning, and it brings up Paul Goldschmidt, who singled and scored in the 1st inning. Fouled off to the right, out of play. Since the single in the 1st, Goldschmidt has grounded out to 3rd and struck out swinging. Fielder Jankowski over towards right center. Big gap out in the left center. And fairly deeply out there all the way around, but for Goldschmidt to go the other way. Goldschmidt with 27 home runs on the season. This game has been all about the 1st inning for the Diamondbacks. They scored 5 times. Tonight's starter Jacob Nix in his 2nd major league start. 5 hits, 5 runs, walked 2, struck out 1 on the hook. At the moment, Padres have not been able to do anything offensively against Clay Buchholz, who has only allowed 2 hits in the game tonight. Padres being out hit 7-2. The Diamondbacks batting in the 6th.
Got the call on the breaking ball. That's a good thing. So go out there again, the fastball or that breaking ball, maybe a little bit more.
That is strike 3. Phil Maton strikes out Paul Goldschmidt to end things in the top of the 6th inning. Diamondbacks on top 5-0. And the Diamondbacks, Robbie Ray, 3-2 with a 4.83 earned run average. Match up against Joey Lucchesi, 6-6 with a 3.45 ERA. Get you started at 6:30 with Padres Live. Game 2 of the 4-game series. Hunter Renfroe leading it off here. Part of the double switch. .243, 12 homers, and 40 runs batted in for Renfroe. Off the bench, checks in the left field. And Will Margot comes out of the game. Popped up foul, backing out of play. Well, Buchholz has been very economical throughout the night, dealing with his first hitter here of the 6th inning. And his next pitch will be his 58th of his outing.
You know, Don, this is one of those outings for Buchholz where you're sniffing the CG possibly, huh?
The way it's going right now, yeah.
Well, with the workload that he's putting forth tonight, he's on pace that where he can do that. The most he's thrown this year is 104. That was 2 starts ago. Now, if he's getting ahead and they're not putting the ball in play sharply and he's getting a strikeout here and there, why not? As long as he gets that, you know, that 100 pitch workout that seems pretty consistent. I should say low 90s for the pitch count, but still.
On the ground, and the shortstop, Ahmed, gets rid of it quickly to get Renfroe. Boy, he makes it look easy. 1 down.
When you're America's best value, you don't need some over-the-top celebration.
Down in the 6th inning, and it brings up Travis Jankowski. Jankowski has doubled to left and struck out swinging.
So I mentioned the possibility of a complete game, right? Well, the Diamondbacks only have 1 complete game this year. Patrick Corbin. And you know, this day and age,
it's a lost art.
It is, and it always seems to be the case to where if a guy can complete a game, there's always seems to be that one guy in the bullpen who may need an inning of work. Diamondbacks were off yesterday, so maybe Torey Lavello's thinking, well, if he goes 8 solid, maybe give a guy who needs some work an inning, possibly. Stay tuned.
Mike Butcher, pitching coach alongside Torey Lavello.
Oh, mixing in the changeup again.
On the ground to short, Ahmed again. This one right at him. 2 down. Gets it and gets rid of it in a hurry. 2 down. We've seen some great shortstops. Saw Andrelton Simmons here operate the last 3 games for the Angels, and every night we get to see Freddie Galvis.
You know what I noticed about Ahmed on that play? He knows that Jankowski's got speed. He lit it up with the arm on that one.
A little extra.
Yes, he did.
So 2 down, and here is Corey Spangenberg. 0 for 2. Grounded out, lined out. His 3rd look tonight at Clay Buchholz. As far as runs saved go by shortstops, one of the leaders in that category. We're just talking about Simmons, who was here the last 3 nights with the Angels.
That's a good crop of shortstops right there on that list, isn't it?
Sure is.
There's a darn good shortstop there, Freddie Galvis for the Pods.
Playing in his 124th game of the year of a possible 124 games.
Everyday Freddie. Ready, Freddie? Crazy little thing called love.
On the ground to 3rd base and out of the reach of Escobar. And some slice on it, just kept running away from Escobar and finds its way into left field. 2-out base hit for Corey Spangenberg, 3rd Padres hit of the night.
That was a changeup. And Corey got jammed on that changeup. I'm not so sure he knew where that ball went.
Oh, he's looking in the air.
Did you
He's
see
on the
that?
ground, yes.
That's a big league knock, though. Now watch Corey as he swings here.
Fly ball, right? No. Two down. Spangenberg now at first, held on by Goldschmidt. And a check on Spangenberg right away. Hosmer with good numbers against Clay Buchholz in his career. .333 against Buchholz in his career. A couple of walks. 0 for 2 tonight. Spangenberg with a relatively short lead for him at first base. 2-0 pitch to Hosmer. On the ground towards first base, and Paul Goldschmidt will take it himself tags the bag and ends the inning. We head to the 7th from Petco. 5-0 Diamondbacks. .300-room resort and hotel. And by Jack in the Box, this season Padres home run score. Free Jumbo Jacks only at Jack in the Box. 5-0 Diamondbacks on top of the Padres. Hitting the Padres 7-3. All the runs coming in the first inning, and a 5-run first for Arizona. They bat here in the 7th. Phil Maton got the final 2 outs of the 6th inning. And he's back out there to begin the 7th. Eduardo Escobar leading it off here for the Diamondbacks. Popped up foul off to the left out of play. Escobar in this game singled in the first inning. Grounded out to third in the second inning. And then walked in the 4th inning. Here he is in the 7th to lead it off. And he takes strike 2.
High breaking ball. We've seen a couple tonight from Sean Barber, the home plate umpire. That's a legitimate strike. And then going upstairs with a heater there. It's not a bad sequence of pitches for Phil Maton. Boy, kudos to the bullpen tonight, huh? Up to this
great
point.
job, starting with Makita, who went 3 1/3. Starter Jacob Nix lasted only 2/3 of an inning. Makita goes 3 1/3. Wigginton went an inning and a third before he was struck by a line drive off his arm above his elbow. It's ball 4 and down to first base. There's Escobar to begin things here in the 7th inning.
Off the plate just a little bit.
So lead runner on, and brings up Ketel Marte. Diamondbacks second baseman, 1 for 3 in the game. Infield hit in the 3rd. Flares one foul off to the left out of play. Maton working here. Nobody in the pen right now for the Padres. Leadoff walk for Eduardo Escobar. And a 1-1 coming to Marte. Swing and a miss, down 1-2. Curveball that time from Maton. Nick Ahmed waiting on deck. There's been a couple of nice defensive plays at shortstop. 1-2 pitch to Marte. 2-2. Check swing, foul tip into the catcher's mitt for strike 3. So the strikeout for Maton, the second since coming into the game. One down here in the 7th inning.
Phil Maton does this well, goes up the ladder. Little cut fastball in the glove of Austin Hedges for the strikeout.
One down, runner at first. And it brings up Nick Ahmed. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Ahmed now building next as the Diamondbacks here in the 7th inning, enjoying a 5-0 advantage that they gathered in the 1st inning.
Got a call on that last one there.
Vila waiting on deck. Ahmed chases, and Maton with back-to-back Ks, 3 in all, 2 down.
That's rebounding nicely after the free pass to Escobar. Breaking ball off plate, all upper arm, upper body. Backside going towards the Diamondbacks dugout. The front side going towards that Padres dugout for the swing and miss.
2 down, runner at first, and it brings up Alex Avila as the Padres go on a shift on the right side. Avila has singled, walked, and struck out. That single back in the 1st, scored 2 runs. Let's look at this shift with Villanueva coming over to the right side from third base. Strike 1 from Maton.
Nice frame job by Austin there.
And strike 2. I've seen him flip that curveball up there quite a bit. Down and in, almost hit him. No advance at first base for Escobar. Turns to the bag here with count of 1-2.
Always anticipating that breaking ball and getting into a good position. Even though he doesn't catch it cleanly, off the wrist, into the chest protector, and still within reach. And why is that so important? Because now the Padres, I mean, they could still go the short way at second base on a grounder to get out of this inning.
Runner goes at first. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Maton ends up striking out the side. 4 Ks in all for him. It's 7th inning stretch, and it's 5-0 Arizona.
tonight for the Diamondbacks. He will start his 7th inning of work, and he is locked in. We talked about his road numbers going all the way back to 2009. Unbelievable winning percentage for this right-hander, and he's continuing on the road against the San Diego Padres. They spotted him 5 in the first. The bullpen for the Padres has done great. And as he goes out there for the 7th inning, only giving up 3 hits. One being a leadoff double, Travis Jankowski in the first, a single to Villanueva in the 5th, and a single left stranded in the 6th to Corey Spangenberg. And there's the line. No walks, 3 punchies, a 72-pitch effort up to this point.
Pretty economical. First hitter here of the 7th inning is Franmil Reyes. 0-4-2. And there for strike 1. Reyes popped out at second base in the first inning, struck out swinging in the 4th inning. Strike called on the outside corner. 1-2 to Reyes. There's action in the Padres pen. Robert Stock. We have seen Nikita, Wigginter, and Maton so far. In relief of tonight's starter for the Padres, Jacob Nix. Reyes, Hedges, and Galvis expected here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Buchholz coming in 5 and 2 individually. 2.67 earned run average. Fly ball right field. John Jay makes his way in and handles the first out of the 7th inning.
This weekend, Penske San Diego dealerships are making seemingly impossible deals. Visit WeMakeYourDreamCarPossible.com.
One out here in the 7th inning, and it brings up Austin Hedges. Hedges 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice, once to second, once to short. And his 3rd look tonight at Clay Buchholz. Mixing it up. A curveball this time.
Well, he works the corners with the best of them, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Shifting on him here are the Diamondbacks left side.
Look at that. Man.
Not much in the middle.
That's that 2-seamer. Lane changer, bringing it back. Like a cut fastball.
Look at the breakdown. It has been very economical throughout the night. One out in the 7th inning. Here is pitch 81. And a swing and a miss as Hedges strikes out. 4th strikeout for Clay Buchholz. 2 down here in the 7th inning.
Once again, a 2-seam fastball up a little bit more, but still bringing it back. And, if taken, probably a strike. But Austin knows that, he can hit that outside corner, even if it's off the plate a little bit. I have to offer at it, maybe foul it off, get another hack at it.
2 down for Freddie Galvis. 0 for 2 in the game. Galvis has done the same thing twice. That's fly out to right field, and both times John Jay up to the task. Ball foul.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the San Diego Padres and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
0-2 pitch to Freddie Galvis. Skies one to left field this time. David Peralta moving back will have room. And he makes the catch. It ends the 7th inning. To the 8th we go. 5-0 Diamondbacks.
And Colorado's making a game of this thing, and David Dahl would drive in the go-ahead run. The Rockies would go on to win, so they're holding pace as the Dodgers are idle tonight. So Steve and I working on Padres Live, the post-game show brought to you by Cox Communications. You buying on Colorado?
I am. You know, you have Buddy Black there can make a difference with that pitching staff, but bottom line is we're getting a lot of exciting baseball now heading into September, and as a baseball fan, that's what you want.
Yeah, it's all bunched up, a lot of teams very close. When we see after the final out today, we're got to get an update from Andy Green on the condition of Trey Winginter, who left this game after being hit by a line drive, so we'll have that for you and a whole lot more coming up after the final out this evening. Don, Mark?
All right, thanks very much, Mike and Fins, as it is 5-0 here. Diamondbacks on top. And Clay Buchholz, the pitcher, is batting for himself for the 4th time in this game, as he takes strike one from the new pitcher for the Padres, Robert Stock.
Last outing was a couple days ago against the Angels. 2 solid innings. Gave up a hit. Got squeezed on that one. He'll touch 100. He's proven that. He's thrown 2 innings or more 6 times the last 8 appearances.
Changes here for the Padres, as coming into the game at second base is now Jose Perella. And moving from second to short is Corey Spangenberry. I mean, Freddie Galvis taking some innings off. Rare as they may be. Ball 3, full count. Buchholz has struck out twice, had a sacrifice bunt in this game. That's now the top of the order. John Jay waiting on deck. And that is strike 3. 3rd time that Buchholz has struck out in this game. Well, it's time now for tonight's plays of the game, brought to you by Bill Howe, and it's the Padres bullpen, starting with Kaz Makita with 3 1/3. Struck out 3 while he was out there. Trey Winginter, inning and a third, giving him just 1 hit, no runs. Phil Maton ends up going an inning and 2/3 and strikes out 4 while he was out there. So quite a night for the pen after the start. Jacob Nix gave up the 5 runs that the Diamondbacks have. All coming in the 1st inning, unfortunately.
Yeah, good quality pitches by the guys out of the pen, hitting their spots and not making many mistakes. You know, the good thing when you talk about Makita coming in 1st inning, I mean, as a reliever, you're not going to go down there in that 1st inning. You think, okay, you know, I'm going to get in this game, but it happens once in a while. We saw it tonight. He walked 3, but none of them scored. Made good pitches when he really needed to.
12 strikeouts tonight for Padres pitching. Liner foul off to the left, out of play. As mentioned, 4 for Phil Maton while he was in there, and inning in a third of relief. That is strike 3, make it 13 strikeouts for Padres pitching. 2 down in the 8th inning. Back-to-back Ks for Robert Stock, and that's now 5 strikeouts in a row for Padres pitching.
99 aspirin tablets at the knees. High octane four-seamer coming right at you. That's some heat right there from Robert Stock.
Two down for A.J. Pollock. Fan has come onto the field down the right field line. Very quickly apprehended. Two down here in the top of the 8th inning. With the Diamondbacks on top 5-0. Count of 1-0 to A.J. Pollock. He's been on twice, a walk and a single. Breaking ball that time and falls behind 2-0. Pitch outside, and it's now 3-0. Taking 3-0, there's strike 1. David Peralta waiting on deck. He was a big part of the first inning. A 5-run first with a 3-run home run. 22nd home run of the year. That's ball 4 and a 2-out walk for A.J. Pollock. First walk allowed by Stock. Breaks up a string of 5 in a row retired by Padres pitching. All by way of the K. And here is David Peralta. Mentioned the home run in the first. He also walked in the 4th inning. So been aboard twice today. 5 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Diamondbacks. No runs, 3 hits, and no errors for the Padres. It's game 1 of a 4-game series between the Padres and the Diamondbacks. I mentioned the 3-run home run by Peralta back in the first inning. This was the big blast after a double and a walk. And it's to straightaway center. Margot tried to time the leap, but well out of his reach. And the fast start for the Diamondbacks would score 5 times in that first inning. Austin Hedges out there to talk to Robert Stock, who falls behind here 2-0. Make it 3-0. 99 on the fastball, but not close.
You know, I love the story of David Peralta, signed as a pitcher for the Cardinals back in 2004. Having quite a career in the batter's box now. Could say the same for Robert Stock, right? He was signed as a catcher.
Paul Goldschmidt waiting on deck with 2 down here in the 8th. Carve foul off to the left, full count.
Peralta actually had a really good mid-90s fastball. He had that 12-6 breaking ball. Labrum surgery got him, though. Got hurt again and thought baseball was pretty much over. Stuck with it.
Ball 4 and back-to-back walks allowed by Robert Stock here in the 8th inning. Second time Peralta has walked. 2 on, 2 down, and that'll bring up Paul Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt singled back in the first inning. 1 for 4 game, has struck out twice.
Losing that release point. Looked like he tried to overthrow that one. 99, but really yanked it.
2-0. Stock struck out Buchholz, struck out Jay, but walks to A.J. Pollock and David Peralta. And now a 2-0 pitch. In there for strike, 2-1. Pollock at second, Peralta at first with 2 away here in the 8th. Foul back, and it's 2-2.
What's this pitch at, Don?
Even hundo.
Let's see if Goldschmidt's on it. Just a little. You know, Eddie, no, that's right at the belt buckle there. Right out straight in front of him there. Out in front a little bit, he was on it.
Now the runners will get a start with 2 down and the full count here to Paul Goldschmidt. There they go, and there's a grounder foul into the Diamondbacks dugout. They're housed on the third base side here at Petco Park. Not easy to get it in there, and
no.
he did.
Caught it way out in front and hooked it big time.
Fly ball headed towards right center field. Over comes Reyes. Franmil is there to make the catch that ends the top of the 8th inning. Head to the bottom of the 8th, 5-0 D-backs.
Buchholz, we preach about all the time on these telecasts, location of the fastball. Look at what Buchholz is doing here. In and out and in, up and down, avoiding the sweet spot. He's just been a master tonight. The two-seamer, which Donnie calls the lane changer. Off the plate to the right, he comes back, hits that inside corner. Don, I don't think he has thrown a ball right down the middle of the plate tonight. Each pitch has had purpose, and each pitch that has been offered at avoids the sweet spot. Hence only 3. Look at that right there, right out of the get-go. 88, two-seamer on the inside corner. Only 3 hits tonight for San Diego. 1 extra base hit. That was the lead off the first inning, Travis Jankowski.
Foul off himself all the way down to third base, and that hurts as Villanueva hobbles around.
Right off the top of the left foot, right on the laces.
Villanueva says he's okay. Green will sign it, head back to the dugout. Villanueva leading it off here in the 8th inning, fouling a pitch off his left front foot. Pat Strom up in the pen right now for the Padres. Oh, 2.
Trying to go right back in there.
Jose Pirela waiting on deck. He's not batted in the game yet. Took over as part of a double switch at second base.
That'd be a good time for a cutter away.
There's strike 3.
Wow.
Villanueva didn't think so, and is going to say some things to Sean Barber on the way by. Fifth strikeout for Clay Buchholz.
It was a cutter, and it was well off the plate, and Buchholz gets the call.
One down in the 8th inning. There is Pirela. Lined and caught at shortstop by Ahmed. 2 down. Good contact, but right of the shortstop. Brings up Hunter Renfroe. Renfroe took over in the 6th inning, grounded at shortstop first time up. 242 average, 12 home runs, 40 runs batted in. Takes the curveball for strike 1.
And it's not just the curveball. Look at where it was located. Right on the outside corner.
Strike 2. Back to back.
The high curveball, but still a legitimate strike. Hunter spitting on this one. Kind of buckle in a little bit. Gets the call. That is a good pitch.
Thought he had strike 3. May have. Called the ball.
Yeah, down the middle doesn't count.
One-two pitch. And a high fly ball to center field. A.J. Pollock going back at the wall. He leaps and that ball's gone. So instead of strike 3, turns into a home run. Another opportunity for Hunter Renfroe, and the Padres are on the board.
two-seamer, and that's probably one of the worst pitches that Clay Buchholz has thrown tonight. He has been on the corners. This two-seamer leaks back, catches a lot of the plate, and Hunter Renfroe catches a lot of it. Straight away, El Centro.
So 2 down in the 8th inning. The Padres on a 403-foot home run from Hunter Renfroe. Get on the board. It's now 5-1. Mike Butcher, the pitching coach, out there to talk to Clay Buchholz. Going to see some stirring and perhaps some action for the first time tonight in the Diamondbacks pen.
Now the Padres in slam range.
Jake Diekman about to start warming up. Has not yet thrown a pitch. Travis Jankowski. Doubled in the first inning. Struck out in the third. Grounded out to short in the 6th inning. 1 for 3 night for the Padres now center fielder. Started the game in left. Take strike 1, and it evens at 1-1.
You know, that's upsetting to a pitcher. Late in the game, you're in the 8th, 5-0 lead. You don't get a call. You give them a home run. You want that shutout. You want those zeros up there.
Grounder towards short. Ahmed coming in on the run. The throw in time to get Jankowski and to end the inning. But a home run in the inning for Hunter Renfroe gets the Padres on the board. It's 5-1 Arizona at the end of 8. We head to the 9th. Inning. It is 5-1 Diamondbacks as we head to the 9th.
Yeah, Hunter Renfroe got a free swing on this one. Now here's the previous pitch. Now a pitcher is taught to throw to spots. He's been doing it all night. He did not get credit for that call, right? He should have. The next pitch, Hunter Renfroe gets a two-seamer. Clay Buchholz knew exactly what was going to happen there. But the point is, whether it's a Padre pitcher, whether it's a Diamondbacks pitcher, a Dodger, a Yankee, you know, a pitcher throws a pitch there, he should get credit. He got squeezed, and Hunter Renfroe took advantage of it with the home run.
Eduardo Escobar going to lead it off here in the 9th inning for the Diamondbacks. New pitcher. That's Strom into the game. Comes the 6th pitcher of the night for the Padres.
Already the 28th game for Matt. Really like the numbers. Nice ERA. Very aggressive with all of his pitches. The one big pitch that's going to, I think, put him over the hump is that changeup. Fastball mid-90s. breaking ball, and the cambio.
Escobar has been on 3 times in this game, an infield hit in the first, and has walked twice. Swing and a miss, elevated. That fastball at 93 and jumps ahead here 1-2. Butcher on the phone to the pen. Had Diekman up in the pen to end last inning. Pitch in makes him move his feet, and it's 2-2. Escobar, Marte, and Ahmed scheduled to bat here in the top of the 9th inning for the Diamondbacks. Reaches out and pokes one foul down the right field line out of play. It'll hang here at 2-2. Ketel Marte waiting on deck for the D-backs. Top of the 9th inning. Mentioned that Corey Spangenberg has taken over at shortstop. This is his first career appearance at shortstop for the Padres. Move over there when Jose Pirela came into the game.
I'd like to see a ball hit his way, see what he can do there, maybe show a little range to his right or left. You know, Don, correct me if I'm wrong, but according to my book, the Padre bullpen tonight has only surrendered 2 hits.
Makita gave up 1. There's a drive to left field. Renfroe over onto the edge of the track to make the catch for out number 1 of the 9th inning. I got Makita giving up a hit. I got Winginter giving up a hit. Yeah, that's
outstanding.
Yeah. Total of 7 hits on the night for the Diamondbacks, 5 of which came in that 5-run first inning. One down here in the 9th inning for Ketel Marte. 1 for 4 game. The 1 part, a single in the infield. Back in the 3rd inning. Clay Buchholz going the first 8 innings of this game. 97 pitches and giving up just the 1 run. Two and 0. Big cut there. Strom on the 94-mile-an-hour fastball gets it by Marte. Now we got double-barreled action going on out there. Brad Boxberger is up. 2-1. That's going to miss. Boxberger, former Padre. Diekman, who is up last inning. Right now, he's kind of soft tossing and looking on. Oh, big cuts from Marte. Full count now, 3-2.
The big left-hander pounding that strike zone at 93, and good location as well. Little late is Marte.
Swing and a miss, and Strom strikes him out. 2 down in the 9th inning. First strikeout for Matt Strom since coming in the game.
94 octane coming at you. And this one splits the heart of the plate. That's a straight challenge. And Matt Strom wins that one.
I got 14 strikeouts for Padres pitching tonight.
Hey now.
2 down in the 9th inning. And it brings up Nick Ahmed. Struck out 3 times in this game after he walked back in the first inning. Foul back, and it's 1-1. Strom has the first 2 outs here in the 9th inning. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2.
Here's the breaking ball I was talking about earlier. It's going along with that changeup and fastball. Not much you can do there. Foul it off your shin, maybe, the swing and the miss, or foul it off into the Diamondbacks dugout, which is housed on the third base side here at Petco Park.
1-2 pitch. 2-2. Grounded foul, kind of a grass cutter. (5-1) Diamondbacks on top, 2 down here in the 9th. 18 pitches of relief so far for Matt Strom. Ahmed strikes out for the 4th time in this game tonight. A 1-2-3 9th inning. 15 strikeouts for Padres pitching in the game tonight. Strom strikes out back-to-back hitters. To the bottom of the 9th we go.
Trevor Hoffman on Saturday for the 5:40 game against the Diamondbacks. All fans in attendance will receive a Hoffman replica Cooperstown plaque presented by Life Proof. Get tickets at Padres.com. A lot of good giveaways this weekend celebrating Trevor Hoffman, and this, quite frankly, I think is one of my favorites. I mean, the replica statue is nice. The book is outstanding. The jersey you can wear around town. And this is the plaque right here. It comes with a nice stand.
Very nice.
I like it.
Yeah.
Very well done.
Trevor liked it a lot, too. He was with us earlier in the game. But Buchholz trying to grab his 10th career complete game as he is back out there again, and this one fouled off beyond the Padres dugout. Next pitch should be the 100th of the night for Clay Buchholz, dealing with his first hitter here, the 9th inning, of course, Spangenberg.
So he is smelling that CG we were talking about, like in the 6th inning, and talking about his pitch count.
Got to go back to July 4th of 15 against the Astros for his last one. Under foul. He has 9 in his career. Look at the breakdown tonight. First 100 pitches on the right-hander. 0-2 to Spangenberg. Fouled off to the left, out of play.
He would join Patrick Corbin as the only other pitcher to have a complete game this season for the Diamondbacks, if he were to complete this one.
And that was also against the Padres. To right field. Jay on the move will get there to make the catch for the first out of the 9th inning. There's Patrick Corbin. One down in the 9th. Eric Hosmer coming up. Hosmer 0 for 3 tonight. He struck out looking, grounded back to the mound, and grounded out to first. Outfield deep end straight away on Hosmer. Diamondbacks have had more chances to score tonight, but have not. They've left 11 men on base. Padres have left 3. It is 5-1 Arizona with one down here in the bottom of the 9th inning. To left field, and Peralta on the run, and he can't get there. Out of his reach. Hosmer headed for 2. And he will get to second base with a 1-out double.
Two-seamer that's just up a little bit. He wants that pitch down. He's been dotting that outside corner all night. Only the 5th hit now. A great extension, and we know that Eric can go that way. Slicing off that bat out of the reach of Peralta.
So 1-out double here in the 9th inning. First hit for Hosmer tonight. Arlovelo sticking here with Buchholz for now as Franmil Reyes stands in. Strike 1. Reyes tonight has popped out at second, struck out swinging, and flied out to right. Back-to-back curveballs, missed with that one, and it's 1-1. Brad Boxberger, the only one up now for the Diamondbacks. Ball 2, 2-1. Season high and pitches thrown tonight for Buchholz, with Austin Hedges waiting on deck. Strike 2, 2-2.
Once again, down that outside corner. Doesn't have to be over 95, 98. It's 90 with a little bit of movement.
That is strike 3. Outside corner, 2 down in the 9th inning. Most didn't think so. Takes with him strikeout number 6 for Clay Buchholz.
Yeah, we've seen that strike zone kind of swell a little bit the last couple of innings or so. Cut fastball, 85. And Buchholz gets the call.
2 down, runner at second, and it brings up Austin Hedges. 0 for 3 in the game. He's grounded out twice and struck out swinging. Strike 1. Well, Myers has come out on deck if we get that far. There's Myers on the bench until now. Fly ball lifted down the right field line and foul as Buchholz on top here, 0-2. Spangenberg flat out to right. Hosmer with a double to left. Reyes strikes out looking, and now Hedges waiting on an 0-2 pitch. Fly ball right field. John Jay coming in and over, and he'll make the catch that ends the ball game. So the complete game tonight for Clay Buchholz, the 10th of his career, ends up throwing 112 pitches. Final score, the Diamondbacks 5, the Padres 1. It's time for Padres Live. Mike Pomeranz, what's in store?
What a great job by Clay Buchholz. We're going to recap that for you tonight. We'll see you in a moment on the postgame show. Also, you hear from Andy Green on what he's going to do tomorrow now that the bullpen's been roasted.